I thought Ocarina was fine. I never played Majora's Mask. What comes after that? Wind Waker?
After that was Wind Waker, yeah.
Wind Waker, I acknowledge it has a lot of flaws, but I love it just because I played it so much as a kid.
Well, I've got the version for the Wii U, the HD version.
I have both of them. I'm playing through both.
I played it for a little while. The part where you're hiding the barrels to get by the moblins, that was just like, okay, enough. And I haven't got back
that's
to
a low point of the game. And the fact that it comes
so
in
early,
the prologue in
so
the
early,
game.
right? And then there's
Oh wow, I missed like all the chat. I didn't know chat was happening. And I didn't have it up.
Well, we're just bullshitting about Zelda. That's all it is. There's Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword, Minish Cap.
I think Twilight Princess
the Oracle's games
fine, but incredibly boring. Like, it's a weird mixed bag where there's a lot of times of fun, but it's so like cookie cutter.
Yeah.
That it's
I like Twilight Princess, but it did not need a 2-hour tutorial.
It did not, and I feel like most of the bosses are very cookie cutter, really easy kind of things.
Things that have already been.
Yeah, I went through the first 3 bosses of Twilight Princess, not getting hit once, which doesn't seem right because I'm bad. I'm like openly terrible at that game.
Well, if I was gonna be doing reviews and stuff like I wanted to, I gotta get off my ass to get started on that. By the way,
Me
got
too.
like 70 videos worth of 70 videos worth of God of War footage I've recorded, and I've done nothing with any of it. Anyway, if I was gonna do all the Zeldas, I wanted to buy all the Zeldas, and that was what I was working on, and I got so many of them, and just got sidetracked into doing something, just being lazy and watching Netflix.
I sit in kind of a similar point with Skyward Sword I do with Wind Waker, where I know it's like really flawed, but there's certain qualities about it that I love so much that I don't really care.
I don't even know what my Wiimotes are. And if I was going to get Skyward Sword and Twilight Princess, I'd need them, because I'd have to use my Wii interface with the Wii U in order to do that.
There's a Wii U version of Twilight Princess.
Yeah, but it's like $60.
Is it?
The HD version? Yeah.
Huh?
I
knew it was with the Amiibo, but I didn't know it was still $60 without it. Because I got it without the Amiibo. I got it without the Amiibo, and I don't think it was 60. But I might be wrong.
Sure, I could probably get Skyward Sword for like 20, but then again, I'd have to get my Wii.
That game is.
I don't even know. I haven't even.
I think it ran me 40.
I don't know what it's being sold for now because honestly, I don't look for Zelda Game Shop.
I know that fucking.
Just doing the motion control things that probably just suck.
Yeah, the controls are like the biggest problem with Skyward Sword, but there's so many things that I love about it, mostly from like a characterization standpoint, that for some reason, it just works for me regardless, and I can play the game just fine.
Is Twilight Princess the one where you turn into the wolf?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's really.
And they don't fucking do anything with it.
Yeah, it's a wasted gimmick.
That you spend like the first half hour of the game in, and then it's just sort of
It's just there.
Like the eagle or the owl, you can call.
Yeah, it's just like things there.
Well, I had an ex-girlfriend who seemed to enjoy that game a lot, but I don't know.
There's qualities in it that I can see that are likable. It's just I find it a little bit.
Galuf, are you talking right now?
Nope.
Yeah, we can't hear you talking.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
No, he's just listening to us, bitch. That's all he's doing.
I think Twilight Princess is designed well. I just think it lacks something that really makes it a good game. Otherwise, it's fine. There's good qualities to it. It's just maybe it happened because I just played 3 Zelda games before it, but it felt like just another, another Zelda game.
Anti-Claus. His fiend from within.
Oh, wow, that's pretty interesting.
Scurry.
I felt like I had played Skyward Sword, or not Skyward, Twilight Princess like 3 times in a row already by the time I got to it, because it was just so run-of-the-mill Zelda stuff.
Well, I've got...
So Auntie must be Santa, pick presents all the way to face the foes so bravely and make it through the day.
Excuse me?
Could you tell this wasn't made by an English company?
Yeah.
Had a pretty good idea.
This game, by the way, is where that Mario hack got its graphics from for the first stage. Also, one second.
Well,
Santa's hallway.
at least it looked nice.
It looks like Santa's hallway. Like the T and an A have like a weird space between them.
Alright.
There we go.
And that's the Santa that was at the end of it.
Yep.
It's dumb. But yeah, aside from Link's Awakening, I have them all the way through Wind Waker. So the first, the second, third, sixth, seventh too.
Which one's the seventh one?
That's Wind Waker. The first three, Zelda and Zelda 2, then Link to the Past. Link's Awakening would be the fourth one. Ocarina's fifth, Majora's Mask is sixth, and then it's
Oracle games, right?
Oh yeah, if you want to count them, but if I don't have Link's Awakening, I don't have them. Yeah, if I don't have Link's Awakening, I don't have them either. I don't have a way of playing Game Boy games, sort of an emulator. Don't have Skyward Sword or Twilight Princess. I can get Minish Cap.
I haven't played that one yet.
Just go to the
eShop.
That
like an hour. I tried to play.
I just go to the eShop, pick it up. You get DS games all you want, just not 3DS games.
I'm kind of a whore for having a physical copy.
I don't really understand that though. I don't understand why you can get DS games on the Wii for 3DS games.
For the same
because
reason
the 3DS is a lot more of a demanding system than the DS.
Wii U can handle it, right?
Oh, I think it could. No way. It could.
For emulating a 3DS, like, I don't think it could emulate a 3DS game. It could run a 3DS.
I'm not talking about like
it could run a 3DS caliber game, but then you'd have to recode it to work with the way the Wii U processes code.
Well, yeah, but I'm not talking about like the 3D effect, which
not even just because of the 3D effect.
Handle.
It's because like they parse code differently. They have different kinds of CPUs.
It would have to simulate a 3DS and then a 3DS game on top of it, basically.
Yeah, but I'm sure it could still do it though.
It probably wouldn't run very well.
I don't think it would. It's
because it would have to use its processor.
Nintendo codes its systems too differently for them to really be able to do that. It just
no, they could do it, but it would be a huge undertaking that probably wouldn't come out.
Yeah,
because it would have to simulate a 3DS system, including its processing power.
You'd be surprised how weird.
Already limited processing power.
You'd be surprised how weird some of this stuff gets. I've heard things about how like the PS3 handled coding, and it sounds like a freaking nightmare.
That's why so many early PS3 games, like ports, were rough. Like Bayonetta and like Sonic Unleashed were so frame rate issue-y because the coding for the PS3 was really weird and different than the normal stuff at the time. So it was hard to port things out of being difficult.
Yeah, that's why developers were really happy about like the PS4 and Xbox One being so much closer to just PC architecture.
Yeah, because now it's just really easy and there's no problems with it anymore. And that's also why at first the PS3 was really expensive, I think, because it was so different. The technology needed to be funded.
The technology was really advanced for the time.
Yeah.
The Xbox 360 was the same way. They wanted to price them for what they were. They didn't price them at $600 or $500 or whatever the hell. They'd be taking like a $300 loss on the system, which they
fall into a giant hole. Level complete.
Yay!
Nice.
That seems counterintuitive. I mean, as a gamer, you're taught to not fall into the giant pit.
It's true.
It's really hard to play Brain Age on the Wii U when you're left-handed.
When you're left-handed?
Yeah, when you're left-handed, because you have to flip the Wii pad upside down.
Oh, that would be fun for me. I love when they don't account for left-handedness. That makes my life a real difficulty sometimes.
Well,
I still can't really.
For some reason, that reminds me about the apparatus shrines in Breath of the Wild.
Oh, now I can shoot fire out of my hands!
Because, like, the way it's just so sensitive the gyroscope is, so I need to have to, like, twirl the Wii U gamepad around, turn it upside down and everything.
You're
so
like
weird.
upside down and it's holding it sideways, trying to get it to work. It's like, oh, for God's sake.
I actually got a cramp doing that.
My least favorite
is cramp in my arm.
The hammers where you gotta like try to lift it up and swing it.
Oh yeah.
But like it doesn't swing 1-to-1, so you have to like turn the thing like a 45-degree angle and lift it up under your chin. Ugh. Please no.
I think it would reorient itself if you reoriented the pad, but it doesn't do that.
No, it does not. So if you screw up the orientation, you're better off leaving the thing and then coming, you know.
Or just.
Oh, okay. A coffee cup turned me into Demon Santa.
That doesn't make sense.
Okay.
What the hell? It's supposed to be like Krampus or something?
And is this a don't drink coffee message? I mean...
Caffeine's bad, children.
I think it's supposed to be a potion or something, but...
No, that was definitely like a coffee cup.
No, that was a coffee.
Well, I mean the like opening.
Yeah, I did mention that in the opening.
I mentioned a potion.
Oh.
What
the hell?
It's a goofy ass game, but it's interesting.
It's so true. Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks were not made for left-handers.
No, they weren't.
As a left-hander, ow, my hand.
Link is the left-handed guy.
Yeah.
Most games.
Yeah, but all the face buttons are on the right side, and if you're using
Good.
So of course that screws me over. Makes my... I still can't really use scissors properly. Because I'm left-handed. And they're, you know, scissors are designed for right-handed.
You gotta, like... If you want to use the stylus, you can't move if you're left-handed, because the stylus is in your left hand.
You gotta adjust to using,
have to turn the Wii pad upside down to play Brain Age. Why can't you just switch the two screens? You know how you do it when you actually play it on a DS, right? Instead of just writing on the right screen, you write it on the other screen. Only one of them a touch screen.
Maybe that's why I didn't like a lot of DS games. I'm just not meant to play them because I'm left-handed.
That makes me so glad I'm right-handed. Dear Lord.
Wait, there are really 4 left-handers here? Are there 4 left-handers? I'm left-handed.
Yeah.
Ryu must be left-handed. That means... I assume that means Apple's left-handed,
like,
too.
as a consequence of me being right-handed,
yeah,
I can't do shit with my left hand. I cannot do a fucking thing.
My right hand is worthless to me. This right-handed thing...
I could cut off my left hand, and I would be no worse off.
Yeah, I'm left-handed.
Yeah,
but I can do things with my right hand.
I can do actually, there's certain like menial tasks that I can do, you know.
I can use scissors with my right hand. I can play guitar right-handed.
Which puts me in this awkward situation where, you know, the scissors are designed for your right hand, but I can't do it. I just can't hold them that way. So instead, I leave these awkward tears in the paper when I'm trying to finagle it to cut. And I'm like, just cut. Ah! Look, being left-handed is a real struggle.
I just conditioned myself to do it. I mean, same thing with the guitar. I didn't have any left-handed guitar, so, you know, bet it all, you're going to play right-handed. So I learned how to do it.
It even comes down to, I can't brush my teeth with my right hand. I just can't. It feels like someone else is brushing my teeth. That makes
sometimes I do think I just naturally do a task with my left hand. Sometimes I do it with my right hand. I guess it's called being mixed-handed. Some things with my left hand, and I do... Well, not really that, because that implies that you can do everything equally with both hands. I can't do that. But sometimes I favor my left hand, sometimes I favor my right hand. Weird.
I think... My mother thinks it's weird that I use my mouse with my right hand primarily.
I do that, yes.
I consider the keyboard like the dominant thing, so I use my mouse is like... Plus, like, I play a lot of games, so WASD is, like, important.
Yeah, you know, it's...
Well, my mouse is conditioned in my right hand, so I have to.
Mine, it's designed to be able to be used either way. But...
Mine's a right-handed mouse.
I use it right-handed.
But yeah, I always use my mouse with my right hand.
Because my keyboard it feels like where my left hand should be, I think.
So it's just weird how that works.
Yeah.
I'm like carrying a bag home from like the grocery store or whatever. I typically carry it with my right hand, but I think that's because that way I have my left hand free. Should I need to like scratch my nose or something?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Beyond that, you know, most things with my left hand, but sometimes I do a lot of things. Galuf, what is the point of this? I mean, it's an advent calendar, and that's all cool, fine and dandy. What's going on here?
I don't know. We kind of skipped the opening because I didn't want to interrupt you guys.
No, it's fine. It's just something about Anti-Santa.
Yeah, no, some bad guy, like timekeeper, stole the presents or whatever.
Hi.
Hello. Are you left-handed or right-handed, or?
I'm right-handed.
Okay, we're talking about it. 3 of us here, including Ryu in the chat, are left-handed.
Oh.
Well, yeah, it's just we were talking about that, and then we were talking about Zelda.
Yeah. Other way around.
Link is left-handed.
Yep. and how like the DS Zelda games aren't really meant for left-handed people because of the way it moves and stuff.
Or the Wii games.
Or certain Wii games, Brain Age.
Yeah. Ones with motion control, yeah, they're really because I think the one in Twilight Princess is.
I wonder how the WarioWare Wii game works if you're left-handed.
I don't know.
I haven't played it in a long time.
But if I have a couple extra bucks, I'll pick it up and see, I guess.
Alright.
I was gonna say that it's strange because my parents are left-handed, and everybody and like all my siblings are right-handed. So
both of my parents are right-handed. In fact, most of my family who weren't married in are right-handed.
Huh.
There's me
My
left.
parents were right-handed. My parents were right-handed, and my sister and I are both left-handed.
that's interesting.
That's for sure. My parents and my sister both all had brown hair and brown eyes.
And it's not even like I learned it from anywhere, because even like my adopted side of my family is all right-handed too. So it's kinda I'm just left-handed for some reason.
I just like how when Santa becomes anti-Santa, he starts like flapping around his ball bag, his toy bag, just like whap whap whap.
My mom being left-handed, like it was always confusing. First teaching me how to crochet when I was younger, because whenever she'd hand me something to continue to learn the stitch, it'd be backward from what I was trying to do.
Because my mom's right-handed, I don't remember exactly what it was, because she just told me.
What a good boss
No,
fight.
ambulance. There's an ambulance outside, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So I think it was like my aunt had to teach me how to like tie my shoes or something, because doing it left-handed you do it a little bit differently than you do right-handed, and she's left-handed, so she had to teach me how to do it. So my mom couldn't do it because she wasn't left-handed, so she didn't actually know how to do it, like how I would tie my shoes.
Oh.
Over England. Why not under England? Wait, is this a flying stage? Oh no. Is it like a? It's like a. Oh, you're dropping presents down.
That doesn't look bad at all.
Drop them down the chimney there, Loof.
Also, apparently, Ryu is the only one in his family who's left-handed. Parents, siblings,
Is this like
nieces and nephews, and
it's
all
like
that.
Paperboy?
Oh,
This is Paperboy, Loof.
Except you can't throw presents upwards.
Yeah, what game is this?
What is going on with this camera?
Anti-Santa or something like that?
No, that was
Something about
one of the... What was the game
Christmas
called?
Daze.
Yeah, DAZE.
Something like that.
Christmas
Something
Day.
like that.
I'll double check what the exact title is after this stage.
That helicopter is out of control.
I've never played this game, by the way. Like, I booted it up to make sure it worked, but I didn't even play past the stage where I was, like, saving those reindeer or whatever, burning the ice with fire.
Well, he's running through stages, picking up presents, and now he's delivering said presents.
Oh, I guess
And,
that's a password for a checkpoint. Like, you can resume the game from this point if you turn off the console.
Your magical access code is Fern or Tin.
He gets a cup of coffee and turns into Anti-Santa and starts whipping his bag around to kill things.
It's days
Horns
before Christmas.
Days before Christmas. It's not.
But yeah, that's what he's doing. He's gathering presents and delivering them because he's Santa.
There's an anti-Santa or something. I don't know.
Some villain
That's
called
what
like
he turns into.
some villain called Timekeeper dropped by and like stole presents or something, and I kind of missed the deal on what was the the potion and anti-Sora.
What? And how did flying above the city end us up in a flooded basement?
Oh no, but he picks up that cup of coffee, becomes Anti-Santa, starts whipping around his bag of death. I don't
Are those
understand
horns
it.
or tusks? They're horns.
Yeah, he's a bad guy.
He looks kind of
Zoe.
like tusks, though.
Yeah, he's only Anti-Santa for a little bit though.
So it's like an invincibility star or something.
Also, there's
That's
a bunch
why,
of these
yeah,
little. I guess these things that look more like some kind of animal, but they're apparently elves. That oh, good. I didn't know that platform would retract into the wall. Like apparently, I'm playing Crash Bandicoot now. We're rescuing elves that are like trapped inside presents.
Hey, that's a good idea for next year. I could do some of the ice levels in those games.
Polar bear.
Polar bear! Oh, and then there's... Yeah, that's one of them. I forget the pun. There's a pun with them. Bear with it, I think?
There's multiple stages, and they're all bear puns.
Yeah. I love those stages, though.
Infinite Rage.
Especially from the second game.
Yeah, so this is just interesting. I didn't know what this was at first. It's kind of like a Mario hack, but not really.
What the heck was that electric thing?
It's like they were trying to make a mascot platformer, but they decided to go with Santa instead of actually making a mascot.
This game is by Sunsoft, who... They did a Bugs Bunny game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bugs Bunny's Birthday Blowout and Bugs Bunny's Rabbit Rampage.
Oh, I forgot they did the NES one. Rabbit Rampage, Actually, Birthday Blowout we did own on NES when I had an NES. Good! The water does keep rising, and you do die in the water if it reaches up to a certain point on your head. Wonderful.
Oh, I love that! That's awesome!
Well, let's see.
I had Birthday Bash back when... I forgot about that. Back when we had an NES, we did have the Birthday Bash game, and I kind of liked it because I was too young to know any better about what was a bad game and a good game.
Well, Rabbit Rampage isn't a good game. It's a Super NES title, but it's still not a good game. Crazy Castle.
Rabbit Rampage I still have. It's interesting, but it's hard as hell.
Birthday Blowout, that's an SNES title too, I think. But it's, yeah, Crazy Castle is an NES title. And that was
you guys are talking about
okay.
viola, or violin, or whatever. I was just thinking about how when I was a kid I played the drums. It's like, alright, there's two distinctly different styles here. I liked hitting things with a bunch of wooden sticks.
It's the sort of thing you never grow out of.
Oh.
There we go. Made it to the end.
Keep going, Loof. Keep going, Loof.
If I could, I'd still be playing drums, but it's a little hard to maintain that hobby and move a lot, so I kind of had to drop it.
Ooh, I hope we don't need, like, the password if I run out of lives or anything.
Turn Fern.
Turn Fern. TNFRN.
I'm sure if you need the password, worst comes to worst, we could just Google it or something.
I already remember it, man, because it was Turn Fern.
Yeah, TNFRN.
It's more also the hope that, like, I hope I don't have to repeat a bunch of stages if I die, which I probably do because it's an SNES game, so, you know, that's kind of the era.
So is this an actual game, or is it like a hack?
This is an actual... Yeah.
Huh.
Super real season.
Why
Yep.
though?
Said I just said Loof another Christmas themed Super Mario World one, but I didn't look at it, neither did he, so I couldn't tell you what it's like.
Yeah, I sometimes I wish I'd still been playing drums. I think you would have been a good hobby to have.
He's Satan!
It's not something I can exactly pick up right now, so it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the anti-Claus.
Yeah.
Santa Claus and Satan Claus.
Drums don't go well with an apartment. They're also expensive.
Yeah. And it is a pain to take them apart and
Yeah,
move
and
them.
moving them anywhere is awful.
Mhm.
Right side, my old drums got donated to the church I used to go to. So they went somewhere that needed them.
Mhm.
I was thinking about starting another album.
Mhm.
Calling it Diamonds in the Dark.
Please don't.
I didn't think anybody would remember that.
I do.
You didn't? You really didn't?
Yeah, I didn't think anybody would remember that.
I do.
Oh, I'll never forget that stuff.
Mm-mm.
Hey. Is that still a valid channel, you think?
Probably
I
not.
don't know. I don't know how. Like with all the web domains, I don't know how long they last. I know Tony bought quite a few of them.
I forgot about that for a sec.
Mm-hmm.
What sounds familiar, Ryu?
Here, I'll message him.
The Diamonds in the Dark thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's Mr. Hat's old spare channel on YouTube.
Yeah.
Mr. Groove.
Before Low Bias Gaming, it was Diamonds in the Dark.
Yeah, it's not still up though.
That's a really dumb name. Oh.
Diamonds in the Dark.
It sounds like a really bad, like, adult alternative album title.
I think that was the idea. Low bias, high quality.
That too.
Well, like I said, I sent you guys the link in the Discord chat. I mean, the songs he's doing now sound a lot better than they ever used to.
Well,
They sound somewhat professionally done, as opposed to the junk that he used to do before.
I mean, that's
where
pretty
everything
cool.
was at the wrong key and played at the wrong speed and couldn't sing. And I mean, that actually sounds like a song. It's a bad song, but it's still better than what he used to do.
For you.
It's not much of an improvement.
Hey man, I've been going easy on him these last few years. I didn't say anything about it. I said he was doing better than what he was doing. I used to tear into him something fierce every second of every day, and I don't do it. I actually said, hey, yeah, his stuff seems to be somewhat decent.
God.
Although he's still calling himself Darcy the Tailor Bird.
Mm-hmm.
The level's called the Wood Factory. That's a dick joke in the making.
And it's made of wood. Isn't it funny?
Freaking conveyor belts look like they're made out of wood.
Mm-hmm.
I think the art designer just got lazy.
Let's be real here, all these levels have been like one color.
That's it! I've come up with a new recipe.
What's the recipe? Tell me, I need that.
Before I saw Recky's part of the stream, I didn't even realize just how British Igneo was. That he is super British.
Yeah.
It really bugs me that OBS is, like, dropping frames all throughout the stream. I'm like, I can record, no problem. Why is streaming a problem?
Did they use different stuff a little bit?
I mean, he still sounds like a pedophile, but... But there's a link if anyone's interested.
I'm so sincerely disinterested in hearing that. Not, like, that I don't care to talk about it, I could go the rest of my life with never hearing something like that, you know?
I mean, well, he always sounded creepy.
I'm sure.
We weren't the only ones who thought so.
Yeah, I've heard some of his stuff.
Yeah, what was that about going easy?
What? No, I'm just stating a fact.
Vibe, and when I am saying something sounds creepy, maybe you ought to.
Oh yeah, you're telling me. This might have been one of the craziest days of my life.
That German guy who came after us, what was his name? Jocko?
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, something like that.
He used to, yeah, he was the one who was saying that Jason sounded creepy. I'm not going to dispute that fact. I think he does,
Yeah.
but...
And he came after
There's
me
just
first,
something.
and then... You know.
He came after you first, and Jason kind of tried to, like... Yeah. It was misguided, but I understand, like, he was... I mean, it was sort of like trying to stick up for you, but he also just kind of egged the situation on further.
Yes. Yes.
So it's just kind of, nah. But yeah, he's always had this really creepy vibe about him. But, I mean, compared to some of the things I used to say about him, that is going easy.
Oh yeah,
I used to,
I know.
I used to make videos about him. I used to make videos about him, and I don't do it anymore. I don't typically talk about it much anymore. Like I said, that song doesn't sound bad. Jason. Same time, it's still not the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life either, you know. He was going to do a theme song for us, for the gaming thing, and he...
What the...
speak this. Tell me what you think." And I said, "Well, I'm gonna be brutal with you. Exactly what I want." I said, "Yeah, it sucks. And this is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong." He said, "Thanks." And I never heard the song again. But I also said, "Hey, you know, his music sounds like it was poorly mixed because it did. Now it sounds professionally done. You know, he's not giving it away for free anymore. Well, at least for these, you know." It's all good. Just try to contact me.
Really improved his setup a bit over the years.
Foot things blend in with the rest of the stage, and then they kick you halfway across the freaking stage.
Yeah, I was wondering what was happening. Is like,
Yeah, it's that little, whatever that is.
yeah, that.
Yeah, little.
It's like a boomerang thing.
Hits him and just sends him flying. Now that.
Why are all these things just hiding in the...
Well, he hits them and they don't die. Then he walks right into them, and then boom, they just kick him halfway across the street.
Yeah, because they're not enemies, they're just hazards, but the problem is also that they blend in with the floor in the background.
This ought to be good.
Steel Factory, very creative stage names.
I see a theme here. It involves factories.
I mean, Christmas? Santa?
Well, what does the flooded basement have to do with it?
What about being... I get being over England, but is there a reason they picked England? We're asking questions anyways, I mean...
Is this a PAL game only, or was it...
Oh, now that you mention that, I'm not sure, but I think it might have been a PAL game only.
No.
I don't...
Well, at least
I
that
don't
the England thing makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
But I think
What
there's a
the
Flying
hell?
Over America stage.
I'm sorry, hang on. A conveyor belt ended with a mouth.
Yeah, that was.
Did you
That
miss...
is absolutely terrifying.
Did you miss the other stage where there was a conveyor belt with a mouth thing in the middle, or a face thing, and I went, oh, I can just fall in between those. Okay. I went in one end, and the face just kind of like stares. And I come out the other end wrapped in a present.
I might have been looking away, I don't know.
Europe and Australia.
Europe and Australia.
It's developed by Norwegian video game development company Funcom and originally released by Sunsoft for the Sega Mega Drive in 1994, exclusively in Australia. Ported to the Super NES in Europe and all.
Okay, good. If I run out of lives, I can just...
planned, but it was canceled. Fail. He just continued.
What was planned? But...
American release,
Oh, okay.
but it was canceled.
Yeah.
Darn, we missed out on so much.
We missed on this game. I don't know what we could ever do to make up for that.
Okay, what's up
By
with the
drinking
flying
a cup of
boxes?
coffee. Santa transforms into a blue-suited, devilish-looking version of himself, invincible as Anti-Claus, but unable to use his magic or collect gifts.
Apparently,
His primary method of attack was get at enemies.
So coffee makes you evil. Got it.
Basically, yeah. Just for a few seconds. It's like 10 seconds. Apparently, he can hide in his bag.
Does make you shotgun things a lot, so maybe they know what they're talking about.
Maybe. It is punching you in the face. I don't really get evil though.
What?
I just get hyper.
Like the level select cheat code for the Super NES version is said to refer to Badla, A-D-L-A, the nickname of whoever, the musician who worked on the game. Okay.
Okay, I have to ask about those flying boxes with little elephant trunks coming out of them.
Yes.
Yes, this is a weird game, is what it is.
Yeah.
I thought I was seeing like toy airplanes.
Oh, let's see.
Now, are those hats like a health meter?
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah, they look like boxes with like an elephant trunk.
To me, that looks like a toy airplane. There's one on screen right now. I mean, it's really wiggly and like not solid, hard plastic like a toy airplane should be, but it looks like a toy airplane.
Yeah, he's right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, I
It's
see-
made
I
out of
see it now.
Ivan Ooze, apparently.
I see it now. Okay.
Tail. And it's like one of those bi-wing planes or whatever.
It's a really bad plane.
It's in
The eyes of those little things are following you.
Freaking knew it. I'm getting sick of this game's crap with, like, sometimes it wants you to make a blind leap of faith and it has a platform there, but then other times, if you make the blind leap of faith, you end up in a pit and it's like, oh, there was a moving platform I was supposed to aim for?
Yeah, it's level design isn't the greatest I'm seeing.
It's not the worst I've seen.
That you gotta jump on.
It's not the worst I've seen, but it's a little spotty in places. Oh, we're already at the timekeeper. Yeah, that was the bad guy I mentioned in the opening. I would have thought he would have been in, like, the end of the game.
What's wrong with his fingers?
Oh, okay.
Is he SpongeBob?
Maybe you'll deal with him at the end of the stage.
What the?
Whoa! What the hell? That's the timekeeper?
He's a clock!
He's a freaking cartoon character. And of course he's got the snidely whiplash mustache.
His hands are the mustache.
Yeah.
So so now I gotta wonder, what do you say if I asked him what time it is?
It'd probably just flip you.
Apparently he would say, "Oh no!"
Is that what he said?
No.
Oh,
That's it. That's it. Timekeeper's dead.
That was the time.
That was lame. Over Russia.
Eating a clock is very time consuming.
Stop.
Nostrovia, Santa Claus.
Wait, so what? We just killed the main villain?
Drop present, Suka.
That was the villain mentioned in the opening text stuff, but clearly it's not the end of the game.
Oh god.
Well, you have to. Well, I guess you still have to deliver presents. I mean, you are Santa.
But there's no villain. Where's the conflict?
And he's also got to dodge the freaking bombs. What the hell is up with that?
Who's sending the bombs after him?
Russia.
I don't understand. It's like missiles.
Over Russia.
Russia.
Well,
This is the most weird,
flying over
weirdest,
Russia.
most bizarre
It's
game
a
I've ever
no-fly
seen.
zone, bro.
and
no
apparently
fly zone.
Santa is only delivering presents to
Fired
people
the IBM.
able to afford heat this year.
I'm reminded
Because-
of DBZ Abridged, where Santa Claus tried to bring Christmas to Planet Frieza, but they just shot at him. Or maybe it was the Sand Planet. Planet
But I
Vegeta,
also
yeah.
noticed that if you couldn't
Oh.
afford heat in Russia,
Oh.
apparently you didn't get.
I think
these
Santa's gonna
presents.
die.